Okay, so we are here with Arielle Thomas, the founder of REO Cares. And Arielle, we're just going to ask you a few questions. Is that okay?
Yes.
All right. So where are you originally from?
I'm from Tallahassee, Florida.
Okay. And how old are you?
I'm 29.
29. And where are you currently residing?
I live in Tampa.
Okay.
Tampa, Florida.
In Tampa, Florida. Okay. So what exactly is REO Cares?
REO Cares is a community organization that's made to create a positive platform for girls that's in foster care by bringing them awareness and helping them out with their self-esteem. And also with my organization, I go out to different group homes to speak to these girls that's currently in foster care.
Okay. And what made you want to create something like REO Cares? Because obviously you have to have a passion for this. So what made you create REO Cares?
What made me create REO Cares is because I wanted to give something back to girls that's in foster care, being that I was in foster care twice. So I know that, you know, how it feels to be isolated and feel like you can't relate to people because of what you're going through. Mm-hmm. So it automatically makes you feel like you're not normal.
Right.
So I want these girls to know that they are normal and they, you know, can be just as successful as anybody else. And I just want to just give back to these girls because they are part of our future as well.
Right.
And I just wouldn't want them to feel left out, you know?
Right. So I know you said that you had experience being in foster care. Can you provide me with maybe some events that may have happened that led you up to going into foster care?
Well, yes. I went to foster care for child abuse and also for child molestation.
Okay, and when you say you went for, were there two separate? Was it together? Was it jointed abuse or?
Well, the first time it was for child abuse, but because of a situation that occurred with me being sexually abused at 4 years old, that's what led me to being taken away.
Okay, and did that involve a lot of times when it's fortunately when we are younger? And we are sexually abused, a lot of times it involves like family. Was this like some at school, you know, like how did this come about? Like what, I guess I'm trying to ask for like who was involved with the sexual abuse? Was it like an outside family friend, someone in the family?
No, it was my mom's ex-husband, my stepdad.
Okay, and so was this something that your mom knew?
Yes, she knew about it. And it's something that was just swept under the rug immediately. Right after, he always remained in the home. Mm-hmm. Even after I told my mom that he had been molesting me. And this was something that we never talked about. It was literally, we had that one conversation that day inside of her car, and we never talked about it again. And she used to still leave me home with him.
Wow.
And he was still around, like nothing ever happened.
And how did that make you feel at that point? Like how were you feeling at that point?
At that moment, it immediately made me feel like my voice wasn't heard, and that it didn't mean anything, and that maybe I shouldn't have said nothing. Mm-hmm. Because I just felt like nobody really cared like about my feelings and stuff like that, and nobody just never gave me that outlet.
Mm-hmm. So this right now is the sexual abuse, and then you had almost a combined abuse because then you had physical abuse. Tell us a little bit about the physical abuse.
The physical abuse was even before and after my mom knew that he had molested me. I used to just get whippings for like crazy stuff, like little stuff. Not to say that sometimes I maybe didn't deserve to be punished or what have you, but a lot of times it'll be just unnecessary beatings. Mm-hmm. Like beating with the extension cord, curtain rods, and it be because I didn't wash the dishes good, I didn't vacuum the floor good. A lot of times it was because of those type of situations, and sometimes I used to feel like she used to just be angry with me and just would, you know, take it out by beating me for every little thing.
Right. So when you went into foster care, did you ever go to a family member's home? Was your outside family involved in you being placed outside of your mother's home?
Yes, they was the reason why I got taken to Actually, the first two times, but the last time it was definitely like my family reached out to me, let me know pretty much like I'm here to help you. I know your mom has been abusing you. It's not right. And basically the whole family know, and we're gonna take you, we're gonna nurture you, we're gonna care for you, and all this stuff. And I'm a child, and of course I was being abused, and I went with it. You know, I felt like, okay, somebody sees what's going on. Somebody, this is like I don't know, like a miracle happening, because
like somebody stepping in to help.
Somebody stepping in to help, because I never ever reached out to anyone in regards to my mom whooping me and things like that. So yeah, they the ones who, it was their idea.
Okay, so when they came in and stepped to help you, you were happy because it felt like somebody was like there for you. How was their interaction with you amongst this happening? Like, did they continuously show you that support? Did that support change? Like, how was that interaction with your family?
Well, it changed very quickly. I just felt like they put different labels on me in regards to me being a victim of child molestation. They felt like I was wrong immediately. They felt like, I guess, I seeked attention from men. It was just crazy, and it was sickening, and I was just like, I was there to dwell in whatever they was trying to do to me mentally. I don't even know if that was the case, but all I know was that it wasn't right. Just to elaborate on that, like, it could be a man around. Like I remember it was a time where I was living with my auntie, and a man, you know, was around, and I walked, because I used to have to walk to the den, which was like my cousin's room, and I made the remote control fail, just because I probably was walking too fast or something like that, and I bent over to get the remote control, and she cursed me out from A to Z in front of this guy, and pretty much made it seem as if I was trying to come on to her man.
Wow.
So
how did that, I mean, thinking about it, like, how did that make you feel in that moment? Because here it is, you're already, your family already knows what you're going through, and then it's like, on top of them knowing what you're going through, it's like they're just almost feeding into it now, in the negative way. When
that happened, I immediately turned red in the face, and I just was in disbelief. I couldn't believe it, because at the end of the day, even to this day, I love my auntie, and I just was not expecting that from her, and it has affected me tremendously in ways that I'm pretty sure she can't even imagine, because you just have to watch what you say to people that has been through things. Even if you don't understand it, you still need to be empathetic to their situation. And even with that situation, it's to be other things on top of that, where, you know, I'd be left home by myself while she and, you know, was out with whoever. It just wasn't, I just felt like everybody just mistreated me just because I've been through that situation.
So instead of your family embracing you and loving on you, and maybe even loving on you a little bit more with, you know, with all that you have been through, they almost kind of like pour alcohol on the wound, basically. So it was not necessarily like a helping hand to you. It was almost kind of like, well, you're not even here for me either. So mentally at this point, how were you feeling it? Can you give us a little bit of background of like how you were feeling just mentally overall?
At that moment, because I was still in high school, at that moment I just wanted them to love me. I wanted anybody to more so love me to the point where I would let a lot of things slide by continuing not saying anything, because I felt like that made them happy. And whenever they treat me good, I embrace them. You know, even though I always loved them, but I just felt like I could never talk again about how I felt to any one of them, because at the end of the day, it didn't resolve anything. It was like a dead end situation for me. So I felt stuck. I felt like maybe some of the labels was true, but at the same time, I just didn't say anything. I would let them pretty much talk about me. I would hear them talk about me, all kind of stuff. And I just would just let it be and just leave it alone.
So when you didn't have them to talk to, obviously.
No.
So did you have anybody? Was there like any type of mental health counselor, or social worker, or therapist, or somebody that you were able to talk to, a teacher or anybody?
Well, at the time, I did have a best friend that I would share certain things with. And as for me, having someone else, but you know, at the end of the day, we're kids, so we still don't know how we can really help each other. You know, I may just share certain things with her, but it still was like, you know, I don't know. I didn't have an outlet at that time. I didn't have nobody that I could really talk to. At that time, I had a social worker, and even like, of course, they seem like the bad person, especially in a black in a black household. If someone's coming in to correct a situation that's wrong, you know, that's gonna automatically make a black mom feel like, oh hell no, like what she thinks she gonna do in my household, and that's kind of like what it was when it came to my social worker. Like, even if she wanted to come visit me or whatever, like certain family members was like, like no, like she's doing too much.
Right.
But in reality, she's doing her job. And even with that situation, we would have supervised visits, me and my mom, and that would be about it. But as for somebody really just talking to me and stuff,
right,
and with them being negative towards her, I didn't talk to her either.
So that, not having it in that moment, in that time, did you notice anything about your behavior, like for yourself? Did you notice that you were just kind of like, I don't care about the world? Were you just kind of like trying to walk through the motions? Like, just like, where were you mentally in that moment?
Honestly, in that moment, because I like at this point I'm getting older, and I just feel like bump it, like it happened to me. Nobody cared. It is what it is. And I always just felt like people would always mistreat me. I kind of settled for it in a way, even when it came to my choices with men. I don't know. I just felt like maybe I deserved for a lot of stuff that happened to me because I didn't understand a lot of things. So I used to, I don't know. I just felt like I might as well just, I don't know. It was kind of like a blank moment. Like you really did. You were just kind of probably just going with the motions, because I do hear a lot of people say that, like, you know, they almost kind of start saying, well, maybe it just was just supposed to happen to me, or maybe I'm not good enough. Like maybe, you know, I might as well just, like if I meet a guy or something, I say I might as well let him use me for sex. Just crazy, you know, stuff like that would play in my head, like, because I'm not nothing. I felt like that. I felt very empty, where it led me to make a lot of bad decisions in my life. Right. So in that aspect, as you're getting older, you're probably starting to realize some of the things that's like, I might want to have, you know, help or reach out. Is there any moment that you know, did seek out counseling? And if you did, how is that going? Or have you stopped? Like, where are you in that moment right now? Well, now I just recently reached out to get myself a therapist. Okay. I go see her like every 2 weeks. I done had about 6 to 8 sessions so far. Okay. And it's been nothing but good for me. What made me go see a counselor is because, like, I'm 29, I don't have any kids, and I have a lot of failed relationships, even with just girls, or, you know, interacting with anybody. I just feel like I just had an issue with pushing people away. Like, I'm okay with being alone, but at the same time, I know for a fact I don't have to be alone. Right. I know that sometimes it has been because I have unhealed wounds that I need to take care of within myself. And I just knew that if I wanted to give somebody the best version of me, I have to become the best version for myself first. So I knew that was going to start with me actually speaking to someone, because for quite some time, like I'm 29 now, but for quite some time I tried to act like my mom. I tried to act like it didn't happen too. And honestly, like older I got, I would have these like breakdowns where I would cry myself to sleep, or like I would even smell certain scents and it would remind me of this man, and it will bring back things and it make me feel nasty, it make me feel like unwanted, and I just knew that it was something wrong mentally, like I need to get help, you know. And then also I just wanted to, at this point in my life where I'm at, I just feel like I just need to learn how to deal with it, but more so deal with it and move on and accept it for what it is. Because I can't continue dwelling in what happened to me. Like at this point, I'm not mad at anyone or anything like that. It is what it is, but I want to try to understand how can I know that it wasn't me. And that I've done everything that I was supposed to do. That's what's important to me. How anybody else live, that got nothing to do with me. At this point, I'm in charge of my life. And with that being said, I have to do what's best for me. With anybody, you know, it's like I remember when I went to one of my counseling sessions, and it makes sense to me. If you're looking for apologies from anybody, you're not going to get it, because for one, as a person have to come back and apologize for something that they know that they lied on you about or what have you. That's going to mean that they're pretty much owning the lie. And some certain people can't do that, and also it's based off of how people was raised. And even with me being through counseling, it helps me realize it's really, truly, honestly not me. And it may sound cliche because you may see things and hear things and been through stuff, and you know it's not you. But for a person to have a biased opinion and put it in a different perspective, for you to really understand, like at the end of the day, they wasn't raised to apologize and to talk things out. We come from a generation where, you know, a lot of African American households are brought up to be suppressed. We can't say how we feel because it will come out as we're being disrespectful and things like that. And even with me being a counselor, I'm realizing that's not right. That's wrong. And it's crazy because that's something that we look past. We feel like, oh, we don't need to talk to nobody. That's not important. That's not their business. But in reality, it may not be their business, but in reality, they can give you a valid opinion that can help heal you and move on in life. You can't do everything on your own, because that's what causes us to be depressed. You know?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think I do agree that in the Black households, we're kind of almost taught to not go seek out help or seek out therapy or whatever, because we're at that point we're deemed crazy, or you know, we have these names that would generally kind of be called, and, you know, and it's unfortunate because in a situation, you know, like yours, you would want to reach out to somebody, and you do want to get that other perspective and to know how you can grow past, you know, your pain from the past. So if you had to kind of like sum up, like, what would you say to a young lady who may watch this and they're either going through it right now, they've been through it, and they just don't know how to get past it, how to move forward? What words would you tell them right now to help them at least start their healing process?
Focus on themselves. Do whatever you need to do to make sure you're happy, because at the end of the day, whoever has abused you, whoever don't believe you, who's ever calling you a liar, that's fine. Let them be. Let them be, because at the end of the day, they're living their life. They're doing what's happy they're doing what's making them happy. And at this point, you gotta do what make you happy. Whether it's sharing your story so you can help heal other people, whether it's creating something positive that you know that you didn't get when you was younger, whatever it is, you got to find peace within your situation. Just like me, I had to dig deep down inside. I had to pray many nights and ask God, show me what my purpose is, show me why you allowed me to go through these situations and why I'm still here, and you know, all those stuff. You have to really just have a talk with yourself and just realize what you want for you. And also with God, it also starts with Him as well, because if you carry Him in your heart, you will always reach your destination. And a lot of girls, you know, are probably looking for apologies and stuff like that. Not even just girls, a lot of boys, men are looking for apologies. You're not going to get, some may get it and some may not. So, but those that are still searching, and if that person is still showing you that they're not concerned about what you have going on, understand that it's not because of you, it's because of them and what they have been through in their past life. you know. And then sometimes it's uncomfortable for us because we have to break generational curses as well. This is something that's been going on for years. You know, black families brushing everything under the rug. That's not normal. You don't have to. Don't let nobody take your power. It's power in your voice. Speak and let people know. Speak and let people know what you have been through. And it's healing in that. You know, speak affirmations. You know, just be around positive people. Make sure your job is good for your health. All of that stuff goes into place, because if not, certain things will trigger you to feel like you're not good enough. And I'm here to tell you that you are good enough. You're more than good enough, and God has already made you equipped. You know, and it's unfortunate that family members turn their back on their families. But at the end of the day, it's okay. And it speaks that in the Bible. Families are the first ones to forsake you. Right. Just lift your head up and understand. I'm pretty sure it's somebody right now that got somebody that may not be their mom, they may not be their sister, they may not be their daddy, but it's good role models God has placed in your life to fulfill where you're empty at. And you have to just understand that it's okay. Like life is not going to always be a present with a bow right around it. You know, you don't know what you're going to get. You know, and whatever you get, just embrace it and just stay positive and keep yourself first, always.
That's good. I think that's very good advice. And I want to make sure that if there is a young lady out there that would like to reach out to you, can you give them some of your contact information for them to be able to reach out to you? Oh,
most definitely. You can reach me at REO Cares 2018 on Instagram. Also, you can reach me at by email, areacares2018@gmail.com. Facebook, Arielle Thomas is where you can find me. And yeah.
All right, Arielle. So is there any lasting remarks that you would want to say if there was somebody who wanted to help or donate to REO Cares? How could they do that?
By Cash App, but also by PayPal. My PayPal is areacares2018@gmail.com. And I also have Cash App, which is Arielle T27.
Okay, perfect. And is there any closing remarks that you would like to put out there right now?
And the closing remarks that I have is to just, no matter what you're going through, even if you have not been molested or anything like that, you could be going through anything in life. Just always remember that God will not put no more on you than you can bear, and to keep pushing. And He made you equipped for the task, and you will complete it. You have everything that you need to complete the task, and just walk with your head held high no matter what people say about you. People talk about me all the time, but guess what? You can't address everybody that got something to say. You know what you can do? Give it to God. He will take care of all of that. And He will align you with the people that's supposed to be around you. So just always just move forward with faith. That's all I got to say.
That's right. All right. Well, thank you so much, Arielle, for taking the time to speak with us today. And again, guys, make sure you are following her at Arielle Cares
2018
on Instagram. All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you.